privileged to bear during so much of my life and duty.
Queen Camilla is focusing on her health. According to a statement from Buckingham Palace,
the British royal family is no stranger to drama, but this latest twist has left even Queen Camilla utterly speechless. Prince William, known for his steady and composed nature, has just made a decision so shocking that it has sent shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. What could have possibly driven the future king to make such a bold and unexpected move? And why is Camilla reportedly struggling to contain her reaction? Join us as we uncover Prince William's shocking decision that has made Queen Camilla speechless. The hidden struggles of Prince William. Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles's affair left a deep and lasting impression on young Prince William, shaping his beliefs about love, trust, and loyalty. While he now publicly supports Camilla's role in his father's life, things are much more complicated behind the scenes. His feelings toward her have never fully softened, and that lingering resentment has influenced some of his decisions in ways few would expect. The story of Charles and Camilla began long before Diana was in the picture. They first met in 1970 at a polo match introduced by a mutual friend. Charles was immediately drawn to Camilla's relaxed, confident nature, and the two quickly became close. However, just as their relationship was beginning to flourish, it was put on hold when Charles joined the Royal Navy in 1971. More importantly, the royal family did not see Camilla as a suitable match for the future king. By 1973, she had married Andrew Parker Bowles, seemingly putting her romance with Charles behind her, at least in the public eye. But their connection never truly faded. By the late 1970s, despite both being married to other people, Charles and Camilla rekindled their relationship in secret. This put a strain on their respective marriages, though few knew the full extent of it at the time. When Charles married Lady Diana Spencer in 1981, the situation only became more complex. Diana, young and full of hope, was expected to become the shining star of the royal family, while Camilla remained in the background. But the bond between Charles and Camilla was never fully broken. Diana later spoke with heartbreaking honesty about the pain she endured, famously saying, "There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded." For William, seeing his mother suffer was devastating. Though just a child, he could feel the emotional strain within his family, and it left a lasting mark. By the time Charles and Diana separated in 1992, the affair had become a public scandal. Even at a young age, William understood more than people realized. He saw his mother's heartbreak, the relentless media scrutiny she faced, and how Camilla played a role in it all. The affair shattered the family he once knew. Then came 1998. Just 1 year after Diana's tragic passing, Charles decided it was time for William to meet Camilla. It was an incredibly delicate moment. William, still grieving and fiercely loyal to his mother's memory, was far from ready to accept the woman who had caused so much pain. The meeting was tense. Camilla, aware of the awkwardness, was reportedly so nervous that she needed a stiff gin and tonic beforehand. William remained polite, but his feelings were clear. He wasn't ready to embrace her as part of the family. Over the years, William's relationship with Camilla remained complicated, even as Charles and Camilla's romance became more public, eventually leading to their marriage in 2005. The bond between William and his stepmother never truly warmed. While he and Harry released a public statement expressing happiness for their father, it was just that, a public statement. Behind closed doors, the emotions were far more conflicted. William couldn't simply erase the pain of the past, nor could he forget what his mother had endured. However, royal duty demanded a show of unity. By the early 2000s, William became more accustomed to Camilla's presence, especially as she took on a more prominent role in Charles's life. Some say that Kate Middleton played a role in easing tensions, treating Camilla with kindness and setting an example for William. But even as William became more tolerant, the scars of the past never fully faded. Now, with King Charles facing a battle with cancer, new tensions have surfaced. At 75, the king was diagnosed after undergoing treatment for a benign prostate condition at a private London hospital earlier this year. While the palace has confirmed that he does not have prostate cancer, they have been tight-lipped about further details, fueling public speculation about the severity of his condition and what it could mean for the monarchy's future. Despite his diagnosis, Charles has continued his royal duties, making public appearances and attending engagements. He spent 3 nights in the hospital for his initial procedure and took some time away from the public eye to recover. It was during this period that doctors discovered his cancer. Since then, the king has undergone treatment while maintaining a busy schedule, determined to fulfill his role. While the public sees a picture of unity, the emotions beneath the surface are far more complex. The story of Charles, Camilla, and Diana may be decades old, but for William, its impact is still very much alive. But what impact does all of this have on Camilla and William's relationship? Let's find out. Royal family disagreement. King Charles's illness has not only brought new challenges but also exposed the deep differences in opinion between Queen Camilla and Prince William regarding his responsibilities and well-being. At the heart of their disagreement is a critical question of how much the king should be pushing himself while undergoing treatment. Camilla is convinced that the royal family must remain strong in the public eye, believing that Charles should continue his duties despite his illness. During a visit to the Dyson Cancer Center in Bath, she reassured the public that the king was doing very well. While this statement was meant to calm concerns, it had the opposite effect within the royal household. William, deeply worried about his father's health, saw Camilla's remarks as downplaying the seriousness of the situation. To him, it felt like unnecessary pressure was being placed on a man who needed rest. This disagreement has reignited old tensions, making it harder for William to stay silent as he watches his father push through public engagements when he should be focusing on recovery. Camilla, however, seems to believe that showing resilience is essential, especially during uncertain times for the monarchy. As queen consort, she likely feels a strong duty to maintain stability, not just for the public, but within the royal family itself. Some speculate that she fears any sign of frailty could undermine Charles's authority, particularly since his reign is still in its early stages and public confidence in him remains delicate. William, on the other hand, sees things differently. To him, real strength comes from prioritizing health over appearances. He believes in being honest with the public rather than projecting an image of invincibility. Earlier this year, when King Charles publicly revealed his cancer diagnosis, William fully supported the decision, seeing it as a demonstration of leadership. Camilla, however, was reportedly against it, worrying that the resulting media scrutiny would bring unnecessary stress. While William respected his father's choice, he was frustrated by what he saw as Camilla's overly cautious approach, which further strained their relationship. But Camilla isn't the only influence that has shaped William's perspective. His ongoing feud with his younger brother, Prince Harry, has also left its mark, making him more resolute and guarded. Their tensions escalated around 2018 when Harry's relationship with Meghan Markle became public. Harry accused William of failing to support Meghan's integration into the royal family, leading to heated arguments. But for William, it wasn't just about Meghan. He was concerned about the speed of their relationship and its long-term impact on Harry's role within the monarchy. Harry, however, saw William's concerns as criticism, believing his brother was trying to control his choices rather than looking out for him. What started as a simple disagreement soon deepened into a serious rift. William's frustration only grew when Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step back from royal duties in 2020. The sudden departure blindsided William, who saw it as not just a personal betrayal, but a rejection of the responsibilities they had been raised to uphold. Unlike Harry, who prioritized personal happiness over royal duty, William had always embraced his role within the monarchy. The divide only worsened after Harry and Meghan moved to the United States and made a series of explosive claims against the royal family, including accusations of racism and mistreatment. William felt these statements were not only unfair but also deeply disloyal, further widening the gap between them. To him, airing grievances in the media was an attack on the monarchy and everything they had worked to preserve. Harry's willingness to publicly criticize their family felt like a prioritization of personal frustrations over loyalty. While William has taken a firm stance against Harry's actions, King Charles has been more forgiving. Despite the hurt and turmoil, Charles has continued to extend olive branches, inviting Harry, Meghan, and their children to royal gatherings at Balmoral in an effort to mend the fractured relationship. To Charles, these invitations are about keeping family ties intact. However, William sees his father's approach as too lenient, even naive. He believes there should be consequences for Harry's actions, particularly his public criticisms of the royal family. In William's eyes, Charles's attempts to reconcile with Harry ignore the lasting damage that has been done to both the monarchy's reputation and their personal relationships. This difference in perspective has only fueled William's frustration, making him feel that his father's efforts to bring Harry back into the fold fail to acknowledge the harm that has already been done. So, what surprising decision did Prince William make? Is it a bold move designed to shake things up and send a clear message to Camilla? Let's take a closer look. Prince William's bold decision. Prince William has made a striking move that has caught many by surprise. He has removed Annabel Elliot, Queen Camilla's sister, from the royal payroll after more than 20 years of service. This decision has sent shockwaves through royal circles, making it clear that William is determined to take control of both his future and the direction of the monarchy. Annabel, now 75, had worked as an interior designer for the Duchy of Cornwall since 2005, when King Charles, then the Prince of Wales, hired her. She was responsible for decorating royal properties, overseeing renovations, and maintaining prestigious estates. Her position not only provided a steady income, but also allowed her to benefit from her close ties to Camilla. However, when William inherited the Duchy of Cornwall in 2022, he made it clear that he planned to run things differently. One of his first major decisions was to end Annabel's services, signaling a shift in priorities and a fresh approach to estate management. Now overseeing a vast royal estate worth an estimated $1 billion, William's decision marks a clear break from the way things were done under his father. While sources insist the move was purely business-related, some royal observers believe there may be deeper implications. By cutting ties with Annabel, William could be subtly distancing himself from Camilla's influence within the royal estate, reinforcing his authority, and setting the stage for a monarchy that aligns more with his vision. This shift suggests William is eager to modernize royal operations, focusing on efficiency, transparency, and a leadership style that moves away from past traditions. Annabel had been well compensated during her time with the royal family, earning anywhere between $225,000 and $1.5 million per year, with some properties contributing over $100,000 annually. However, the latest financial report revealed that, for the first time in nearly 2 decades, she received no payments for the 2023 and 2024 financial years. The report also emphasized that her past work had been carried out on an arm's-length basis, highlighting a more businesslike and formal approach under William's management. This decision stands in sharp contrast to King Charles's long-standing commitment to financial transparency. For more than 30 years, Charles openly disclosed how much he paid in taxes on the Duchy of Cornwall's income. William, however, has chosen a different path. Despite earning a reported $30 million from the estate last year, he has opted to keep his tax details private, a legal choice, but one that has raised eyebrows among royal watchers. The removal of Annabel Elliot is just one of several bold moves William has made as he prepares for his future as king. With King Charles focused on his battle with cancer, reports suggest he was left speechless upon learning of his son's decision. As speculation grows about William's long-term plans, one thing is clear: he is determined to reshape the monarchy in his own way, even if it means breaking with centuries-old royal traditions. Prince William is reportedly considering a major change that could shake the very foundation of the British monarchy, its long-standing connection to the Church of England. For nearly 500 years, British monarchs have sworn a religious oath during their coronation, pledging loyalty to the Protestant faith and the Church of England. This tradition dates back to the Reformation in 1534 and has remained unchanged since the Glorious Revolution of 1689. However, sources suggest that William is thinking about breaking away from this deeply rooted practice by possibly removing these religious vows from the coronation ceremony altogether. If this happens, it would be one of the most radical shifts in royal history, signaling that William envisions a more modern and secular monarchy. The idea of severing the monarchy's formal ties with the Church of England has sent shockwaves through both royal and religious circles. Some reports even claim that William is considering removing the Church of England's status as the state religion, a move that has reportedly caused concern among senior figures, including his father, King Charles, and Queen Camilla. King Charles has always been a strong supporter of the Church of England. As the head of the Church, he took a solemn oath on the Bible during his coronation, promising to uphold Protestant values. He has worked closely with religious leaders like Archbishop Justin Welby and has maintained the monarchy's traditional role in spiritual affairs. His wife, Queen Camilla, also values these traditions, believing they are essential to preserving the monarchy's historical and cultural significance. In contrast, William appears to be focused on shaping a monarchy that better reflects today's society. His willingness to reconsider the monarchy's relationship with the Church of England suggests he may be ready to move away from the idea of the divine right of kings, a belief that monarchs rule by God's will. Archbishop Justin Welby, who has worked closely with the royal family, could find himself in a difficult position. If William follows through with these changes, the relationship between the Crown and the Church of England could become more complicated. Royal traditions that have defined the monarchy for centuries may be challenged, leaving many to wonder whether these reforms would strengthen the monarchy or weaken its identity. While some see William's approach as a necessary evolution, others fear it could dismantle the very foundation that has kept the monarchy relevant for generations. If William follows this path, the monarchy's role in British society will never be the same. Whether his vision will be embraced by his family, the public, and religious leaders remains uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the future of the British monarchy is on the verge of transformation. But what drives him? Let's look back at one of the most unique chapters in royal history: William's upbringing. Prince William was born on June 21, 1982, at St. Mary's Hospital in London, and from the moment he arrived, it was clear he was destined for an extraordinary life. As the eldest son of Prince Charles, now King Charles III, and the beloved Princess Diana, his birth was historic. He was the first royal baby born to the Prince and Princess of Wales in over 75 years, making his arrival a major event for the British monarchy. Unlike the generations of royals before him, William's childhood was anything but traditional. His mother, Princess Diana, was determined that he and his younger brother, Harry, would not grow up sheltered inside palace walls. She wanted them to see and understand the world beyond royal privilege. So, instead of spending all their time in grand estates and formal events, Diana took them on everyday outings to McDonald's, amusement parks like Disney World, and even homeless shelters. Her goal was simple yet profound: to ensure that her sons remained connected to ordinary people and real-life struggles despite their royal status. This unique upbringing instilled in William a deep sense of empathy and a broader understanding of life outside the monarchy, something rare for future kings. Education played a crucial role in shaping William's early years. He started at Jane Minor's nursery before moving on to Ludgrove School, where he quickly excelled in sports, particularly swimming, football, and clay pigeon shooting. But his most defining academic years came at Eton College. Unlike his father and grandfather, who attended the remote and rigorous Gordonstoun School in Scotland, William's time at Eton allowed him more independence while keeping him close to home. It also strengthened his bond with his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. He often visited Windsor Castle for tea, where he began learning about his future responsibilities as a royal. However, William's teenage years were overshadowed by a devastating tragedy. In 1997, when he was just 15, his mother, Princess Diana, died in a tragic car accident in Paris. The loss deeply affected him, leaving him in a state of shock for years. One of the most emotional and unforgettable moments of his life was walking behind his mother's coffin during her funeral, a heartbreaking reminder of the immense public role he would one day inherit. Thankfully, he had the support of his father, grandfather, and uncle, who helped him navigate the grief while preparing him for the responsibilities ahead. After completing his studies at Eton, William took a gap year to explore the world and gain real-life experiences. He participated in military training in Belize, worked on community projects in Chile, and even spent time in Africa. where he developed a strong passion for environmental conservation. His time there inspired him so much that he began learning Swahili, further deepening his connection to the region. William then enrolled at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, where he initially studied art history before switching to geography. University life gave him a rare opportunity to blend in as an ordinary student, free from constant media scrutiny. It was also where he met Catherine Middleton, the woman who would later become his wife. The two graduated in 2005, with William earning an upper second-class honors degree, a milestone that confirmed he was ready for the responsibilities ahead. But William didn't just prepare for his future by studying. He also wanted to serve his country in a hands-on way. He pursued a military career, training at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst, and earning the title of Lieutenant of Wales. He followed in his brother Harry's footsteps, gaining experience in the Royal Navy, British Army, and Royal Air Force. Although his royal status prevented him from serving on the front lines, he took on a vital role as a search and rescue helicopter pilot, saving lives and witnessing firsthand the challenges faced by ordinary people. From his unconventional childhood to his military service, William's journey has been shaped by both privilege and real-world experiences. His mother's influence, his education, and his time in the military have all contributed to making him a leader who understands both the traditions of the monarchy and the everyday lives of the people he may one day rule. Back in 2015, Prince William made a surprising career move that caught many people off guard, including his own father. Instead of sticking strictly to royal duties, he took on a civilian job as a helicopter pilot for the East Anglian Air Ambulance. This was highly unusual for a senior royal, as working outside the monarchy wasn't something future kings typically did. However, for William, this decision wasn't about breaking tradition. It was about staying connected to the everyday world and making a real difference in people's lives. Rather than keeping the salary he earned from this demanding job, he chose to donate it entirely to charity. At the same time, he had to balance his work with the growing responsibilities of raising a young family. But by 2017, after 2 years of intense service, he made the tough decision to step away from the role and fully dedicate himself to his royal responsibilities. Now, as the Prince of Wales and heir to the throne, William is preparing for his future as king, but he's doing it in a way that's completely his own. His journey has been shaped by both triumphs and hardships, making him a leader unlike any monarch the world has seen before. From moments of joy to times of struggle, even clashes with his father, King Charles, William's experiences have molded his unique perspective on life and leadership. What do you think about Prince William's shocking decision that has left Camilla speechless? Let us know your answer in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.